How's it going? I just hopped off the bike and I felt inspired because I got this message from one of the guys I was speaking with, so I thought I would record this video. He told me he was insanely scared of sending DMs. And this is something I'm observing when speaking with people doing around 10 to 20K every single month and having great personal brand, especially on LinkedIn. So if you're one of them, definitely listen to this because if you're scared of sending DMs, you shouldn't be. I'm going to explain you how I think about it instead. So, long story short, over the last 18 months, I've been sitting in multiple different inboxes of people, and I've been on the side where LinkedIn is kind of, perceived as a boring piece of the equation because everybody is telling you on the feed these days to post more and more content to become famous. And don't get me wrong, it's a great way to source the business and as well a great way to build your personal brand and then build it into an empire that's bigger than yours. That's literally what my aim of this whole series is, to get myself out there and actually speak to more people and build my personal brand in a way. But this is not the what's today's episode about. Because if you implement this little thing, it's almost going to be like running on two legs instead of one when it comes to scaling your business. So listen till the end because I'm going to drop something that if you're struggling with the same thing as David is, you're going to really be just left wondering why you haven't done that a little bit before. So long story short, I've worked in different inboxes. I closed over 350,000 USD and closable revenue directly from LinkedIn DMs. And what it allowed me to do is to master this skill to this extent that doesn't really feel pushy, salesy, or like I'm bothering somebody. Like whenever people come to me and talk about LinkedIn DMs, it feels like something that they don't really want to do. And it feels like this because they've never actually reframed their mindset around how does it really feel when you do it correctly. And what I mean by that is changing the mindset from selling to helping people and from selling to serving people. And flipping also that mindset shift from push energy to pull energy. And we're using multiple different frameworks. Maybe you've seen my video about the drip framework. If you haven't checked it out, I literally used it to close a 5.5K client from the DMs without pitching him at any point. And this is essentially what we're doing with our clients who are doing 120K per month every single month from LinkedIn DMs organic. So if you have at least 10,000 followers, definitely pay attention because if you reframe your mindset from selling to helping people and speaking with them in this way that you don't come off as needy, pushy, or salesy, you're going to essentially start running on two legs and really building your online business. Because what most people tell you to do is to, first of all, plug in the automation, send templated messages, and send big volume of them. And this is a great way to destroy your personal brand because you're going to be looking like a clown, sending messages like it's 2022 that nobody responds to. What I would prefer you to do instead is to open up your LinkedIn, look at your last post, open up the likes or comments section, find an individual that you know you can help, look at their profile, and look at their profile and actually spend there some time, okay? Stop there. Look at their profile. Think who they are as an individual, what kind of path they follow to get to the place that they are now, and how come you can interact and connect really on like more on like human interpersonal level. So let's say I open up somebody's profile and I can say something like, Patrick, hey there. Nice to see you around my content. I hope this post resonated as I've been, to be honest, thinking about even putting it out. I appreciate you supporting this. I noticed, had a look at your profile and I noticed you're also running a LinkedIn business. Small word. I feel like everybody is doing now these days, haha. And then I would go off something like that I could generally observe about their profile, which could be banner, could be their logo of the company, something small that you really want to pay attention to, and something that makes them feel like you really did your research, so you really paid attention. And I don't mean by something like your last post was great, or how come you've been able to, you know, involve on this career path, whatever. But just make it like genuine observation about another human individual, so they can feel like you really want to connect. And at the same time, you can ask them a question. You can just leave it without the question and put it out there and see what happens. I would probably recommend this one if you're really scared of DMing people. And just really try to send at least like 5 on the first day. And I assume you have enough likes. If you don't, then check out my Sales Navigator video where I explain how to do it. Or just DM me on LinkedIn and I'll explain you. It's pretty easy. Anyway, so just send around 5. See what's the response rate. It might be that like you should see some responses, okay? With this tactic, we're seeing up to 62% reply rate on totally cold DMs that we're sending every single day. So definitely you should see some, especially if those people are warm. And if you don't, just send me a screenshot on LinkedIn and we'll figure that out together. Anyways, back to on the track. So when people change that mindset from selling to helping and not really pushing but pulling and connecting with a human individual on a deeper level, they really start thinking about DMing as actually speaking to human online, because that's really what it is. You're speaking to another human just like me or just like you watching, that is genuinely trying to make something or show up on LinkedIn for a specific reason. And everybody has those. Like, nobody is there for no reason. Otherwise, they would be all walking outside, spending time. Like, I'm walking right now. I'm actually maybe just gonna sit for a second if I find a good place. Anyway, so everybody's there for a reason, and we can talk about those various reasons, right? But yeah, I think the main mindset shift that you have to just go through is selling is not pushy selling anymore. It's more of helping and pulling people into your world, right? Because if you don't do that, indeed, it will feel super salesy and it will feel pushy and it will feel awful. And you're not going to have so much responses. And you're probably wondering what to do after they actually respond. Just do what your gut tells you. And trust me, LinkedIn is a platform that naturally will lead to speaking about the business. And you have to think about DMing people as speaking with another human individual, like I said before, but also just leveraging human psychology. So asking questions around what people like to talk about. And it's pretty simple. People love to talk about themselves. People love to talk about what they do. People love to talk about what they're proud of, or people love sharing their opinions. So if you're able to lean into those things and really just connect with them on, deeper level than a normal salesperson that would pitch in a first or maximum third message, and then you're going to actually speak with them and evaluate whether you're able to potentially help them with their specific situation. Once you find it out, that's when you start really understanding the power of the DMs. And then from there, it can lead to extremely good results. Like we're seeing with that with clients, like the person that I worked with together for 12 months, he scaled from around 80, 100K per month, all over 338K per month. And all we did, we've been speaking from his inbox every single day for 8 to 12 hours per day with people. And we've been using the same tactics and they still work because our clients are making 120K. They made that last month. So definitely give it a go. And if you're scared about that, just message me on LinkedIn. I'm more than happy to talk together with you. But I just wanted to make this video because I believe there are more people like David and more people need to hear this, because the platform is amazing when you're posting content, but it could be twice as amazing if you're actually connecting with people. And lead gen, it's funny because lead gen is perceived as something like super pushy and salesy and itchy. People hate lead gen companies, which I understand why, but it doesn't have to be this way. If you do it correctly, And obviously, it might not be the fastest tactic to scale from 0 to 100K per month in 27 and a half days or 27 hours, if you know what I mean. But I urge you to try it out. So, yeah, I guess that's the main point I want to put across, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you have any questions, just feel free to message me on LinkedIn. Ciao.